Welcome back to Hannity, a special Hannity College Forum. All right, social issues. How many of you favor abortion on demand?
I favor a woman's
I'm asking, I said abortion on demand. Relax.
I favor a woman's right to make medical decisions about her own body, and I believe that that particular decision should be left between a doctor.
And the government should have no right to tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her body.
I think the government should protect that right as it was laid out in Roe versus Wade.
But there are limits on, the government can step in 8 months into pregnancy and prevent that?
There are, after a certain point, it's not safe for that procedure to be done. I'm not a doctor yet, so I don't know. You would talk to me in a couple years.
But it's at some point, would you say that baby, if a baby's viable, does that baby deserve protection, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness?
I think what we need to talk about here is why this is such a difficult issue. It's because it's the balance between
I asked
what
you a question.
some
Why can't
see.
you? I said if the baby's viable and can live alone outside the womb,
right? But you call it a baby, and I call it a fetus.
Okay, so is it a
fetus
at 8 months?
You call it a baby with constitutional rights.
Is it at 8 months we know the child inside a woman's body is viable, could live outside the womb? At that time, if a woman chooses to go into an abortion clinic and have an abortion, are you okay with that?
That's a completely unrealistic scenario. No one is getting an abortion at 8 months. That's called late-term abortion.
It's realistic. It happens.
None of us have been in that situation, so none of us have the right to
judge. I'm asking, because then we can walk back. Is 3 months the cutoff point? Is 2 months? Is 1 month? What do you say?
No, what's scary is seeing that a lot of people in Congress and in the government are saying that abortion completely should become illegal. And when you say that kind of thing, you're actually restricting somebody's possibility of having their own body as a right.
Should there be restrictions in your view?
No, there shouldn't be.
No restrictions. So 9 months into a pregnancy, a woman could have an abortion.
No, that's different. I'm talking about that when I hear members of Congress who are accusing women who take birth control of being prostitutes, because I've heard that from members of
well, that's just an ignorant statement.
Well, yeah, well, that's but
I don't know who. There are certain statements that seemingly get pushed on a conservative. I don't really care what people do in the privacy of their room. How many consider their own bedrooms? It's none of my business. You agree with that? Everybody? Anyone disagree? Nobody? You disagree?
No, I just put my hand down.
Oh, you're putting your hand down for once. Gay marriage. How many of you support gay marriage? All right, Republicans supporting gay marriage.
I do. So I'm the state chairman, or I'm the chairman of college Republicans at UVA, and this year in Virginia was a huge swing state, and we saw tons of voters in Virginia who thought Obama was doing a terrible job with the economy, and after college they were like, we're not going to get a job, we're going to have to move in with our parents, yet they still voted to re-elect him. And so we asked them why, and the issue was gay marriage most of the time. And that's because they had friends, relatives, even themselves who wanted to get married someday, express their love through marriage. And if Mitt Romney, who tried to avoid talking about social issues, he did a good job of that, but the fact of the matter is he was still against gay marriage, and people valued that over the economy.
What other Republicans feel that way? You feel the same way?
Yeah, can I say this? Maybe because I'm from UT Austin, so it's a slightly different climate there. But I do talk to a lot of young Republicans, and we are for marriage equality because, I made a conservative argument for it. The families in this country are broken, and we need more families, whether that's heterosexual families, homosexual families. We need families in order to maintain societal cohesion in our society.
Any other Republican? Any other Republicans support gay marriage? You do.
I'm someone who thinks that the union of marriage is something to be protected, but what we can do is expand civil liberties, or excuse me, civil unions. Invite gay couples who love each other and want to spend the rest of their lives together to have all the rights that married couples do.
All right, let me move on. Let me move on then to immigration, because you guys kind of. You disagree?
No. He
I
made
just
a
said
very good
that
point.
sounds like separate but equal to me. It's going to be marriage and everything but the name because we don't want to touch that.
My concern is that Republicans, in my opinion, will never win the youth vote, and I honestly don't think they will ever win another election if they do not support gay marriage, in my opinion.
And the issue with gay marriage or marriage equality and the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, it's not about winning the youth vote or pandering to a demographic. For Democrats and people who identify as liberal, it's about doing the right thing.
And it can't just be marriage, too. It's important, but it's only one small part. I think just as, if not far more important, is ending discrimination, passing ENDA, making sure that there's equality across the board, because marriage is just one small part.
Well, I personally think that government needs to stay out of religious institutions, and marriage being a religious institution, it needs to stay out. That's why what he was saying about civil unions, that's one thing, that's great. But as far as calling it gay marriage, bringing it into the religious institution,
when we come back, immigration. More closing thoughts with our studio audience of college students as Hannity continues.